What's up, guys? I got an updated start to finish wig install video for you guys today. I'm showing you from the bleaching to the plucking to the put down to the slay. So this is the 14-inch Peruvian Body Wave hair from Cranberry Hair. I'm going to start off by showing you guys how I bleach my knots. I like to take about 2.5 scoops to start of bleach powder, and then you just slowly dip in the developer. I'm using 30 volume developer, as you saw, and you just slowly keep adding in amounts of the developer until it creates a nice thick paste, kind of like toothpaste or cake batter. The consistency should look like this when you're done, and when you pick it up off the plastic knife or whatever utensil you're using, maybe you're properly using an applicator like you should be, but it should not come off of your tool to apply it. When you start to apply your bleach mixture, you want to make sure that you are using a light hand. You do not want to press the product into the wig because then it will get on the hair and then you will have bleached hair when you just want bleached knots. So I'm using a light, steady hand. I'm applying it like I'm applying a spread or anything onto like a piece of toast or something, but even lighter than that. Like no pressure at all if you can help it. Leave the bleach on the hair for about 25 to 30 minutes or so. You just want to make sure that those knots are well bleached. Then once I've rinsed off the bleach from the wig, I'm going to use my purple shampoo. I'm using shimmer lights for this, and I'm going to scrub down the frontal, basically getting rid of the brassy knots, because once you bleach hair, it's brassy. So the purple shampoo tones it back down. And I'm also using this as an opportunity to wash and condition the hair as well. So this is what the hair texture looks like after it's been washed and conditioned. I love how it still holds a nice wavy curl pattern. Here you can see the inside of the cap. It does have 2 combs on the sides of the wig, 1 comb in the back, and it does have adjustable straps. This is what the hairline looks like without me touching it. It is not a pre-plucked hairline. As you can see, they did give us some dips and groove already, so that's nice, but I am going to pluck this out. And I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. I do have a bit of an updated plucking method since the last plucking video that I showed you guys. What I like to do is lightly pluck at the front of the hairline, and what I'm gonna do there is create some gaps in between the hair follicles, just like you have gaps in between your actual hair follicles, and just make it look a little bit more natural. And then once I do that is when I like to move into doing the next layer. So I'll take out just 1 layer and then I will pluck the second row, but I really don't go too far back. Then to make sure you don't over pluck, just keep pulling the hair back as a whole and see if you like the pluck job that you did. Now we have a nice natural hairline that's not over plucked just right. All right, so let's move on to the wig application process. So I'm taking Got to Be Glued. Now, mind you, I already did this bald cap for another wig video. It just happened to stay on my head. If you want to see how I do the bald cap, I will link that video below in the description box so you can see how I did this. But for this video, it's already on. Anyway, so I'm taking Got to Be Glued and I'm basically applying it the same way I would apply like a bold hold or something. I'm doing light layers of this glue because, you know, if you do too much at once, it'll leave a messy residue and you just don't want that. So I'm applying it and I'm making sure that it's pretty clear before I add any layers of any other product. Then I go through with my freeze spray, which is the newer freeze spray. I really like this one because it dries a lot faster than the yellow one does, but both are good sprays, but you don't have to use as much with this one. And then I'm doing the method here where you don't cut off the lace first. I just felt like trying that again, but I do think it is very easy for beginners because that lace keeps the hair out of your way. So once I got the wig situated, I'm gonna start pressing that lace into that Got to Be there. That helps the meltdown, in my opinion, when you press it in there. Get it in real good. I actually really love the fit of this unit. It fits me pretty well ear to ear. Only a little bit of my sides by my ear had to be out. And I think that's really great with the frontal because sometimes it'd be my whole side exposed. But this one was really good about it. I could actually like tuck the wig behind my ear and everything. After pressing in the lace, you're gonna pull out your blow dryer and continue to keep pressing in the lace while it dries. I really love, like I said, that freeze spray, the new one, because it dries so quick. So this process did not take very long at all. And I just want to note, you want to make sure that the front is very dry when you're finished before you start cutting off your lace, because if you don't do that, then you're going to have some problems with the white cast. Now, when you're cutting off the lace, you want to make sure to cut off in pieces, not just cut across your whole forehead, because you're going to get a little intricate. You see how my hand is moving kind of up and down? I'm only using the tip of the scissors, really. That is because the more you cut jagged this way, the better your hairline is going to look. When you cut straight across, it kind of gives you a line of demarcation of where your lace ends and your skin begins. But when you cut jaggedly this way, it just adds a nice extra touch of naturalness to the hairline. And you also want to make sure not to tug too hard, because again, that'll give you a white cast, because it'll start pulling the wig up where there's already dried gel or glue. Like even now I have just a little bit of that, but we can tack that little bit back down. Can't forget about those ear tabs. We're just gonna cut around and behind the ear so the wig fits behind your ear. I would actually recommend that you cut off the ear tabs before you install the wig, but I just wasn't thinking about it at that moment. But as you can see, it still can be done even if you install first. You're just gonna have to tack your sides back down just a little bit. Now to fix the lace that came up when we were cutting off the lace, you're just going to take a little bit of freeze spray. I like to use the freeze spray because it's so clear and it's so thin. It won't give you too many issues later as far as like product residue. So I'm doing that and I'm going across the hairline, mainly trying to focus on those ridges that came up from where I was cutting. And then I'm going to put my scarf on to give it that meltdown action. Can we discuss this hair, you guys? It is so amazingly soft. It's not really giving me any tangling or shedding issues. My hands are just running through it. Oh my goodness. So after about a 15-minute meltdown, I go ahead and take my edge scarf off and I just touch it up a little bit using a wet wipe. Get any type of residue, specks, or anything off the hairline. We want a nice, clean hairline. Also taking off any little extra teeny tiny pieces of lace that are still on my head that go past the hairline. You want to cut off as much lace as you can, as close to the hairline as you can get it. Be careful. It's highly unlikely that you're gonna hurt yourself doing this. I've done it a million times and it's not that hard, but be careful. I'm gonna take my Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the color Warm Coconut. I had to think about it real quick. And I'm just gonna use that to blend my lace back out with my skin tone. I like to do it after I apply my wig because I feel like I can use less product. I feel like when foundation mixes with the got to be glued, it doesn't always turn out great for me anyways. I know that's not the case for everyone, but for me, it doesn't always turn out so good. So I like to do mine after everything is dried. All right, so now that we've laid this wig, let's slay this wig. I'm gonna start by parting my hair. This was just giving me side part vibes, so it's gonna be a side part for this video. Kind of a deeper side part than I usually do. I don't really always love a deep side part on me. I think it looks fabulous on other people, but it's not always the best looking on me. But I liked it for where I had it for this unit. I just felt like it was made for a deep side part, curly bob look. So I'm taking my hot comb and that is what I'm going to use to set my part in place. When you've never set your wig in place, you always gonna have to take like a hot comb or something to just keep it in place and train the hair to go the way you want it to go. It'll want to do its own thing, but you gotta tame that hair to do what you want it to do. You are in charge. So if you watch my videos, you already know I love me some wand curls. And I'm actually going to do them flat to the wand to give me more of a curling iron effect, more so than a wand curl effect. I've talked about this before, but wand curls, actual wand curls, is when you twist around the rod. I can't talk. You twist around the rod while you're twisting it, if that makes sense. But you see how I'm doing it here? This is how you get a curling iron type curl. I'm twisting flat around the rod. I'm not twisting as I'm twisting around the rod. Hope that makes sense. This hair is taking to heat very, very well, and it's holding curls so easy. I'm not even holding it on my wand for more than about 10 to 12 seconds. And I haven't put any product in it for hold yet. I'm going to do that at the end. And I don't even have my wand on that high of a heat. Like, it's on like 374 or something like that. So I'm really loving this hair, you guys. I'm impressed. I have not had any tangling or shedding issues so far with the hair. Of course, over time, you will start to see, you know, hair coming out when you're combing it and doing things like that. But for just taking it out and putting it on my head today, I have really not had any issues whatsoever. The hair did have kind of that hair smell when I took it out the package though, but it went away once I washed the hair. After I finish curling, I love to use my wand for just maintenance and touch-ups and stuff like that. Then it's time to pull out the handy dandy wax stick. The wax stick is a lifesaver for any flyaways. This hair does not have a ton of flyaways, but there were a few. So I pulled out my wax stick to help me lay those back down and also to help me keep my hair set in place the way that I have it. Then I'm just going to take my fingers and I'm just going to fluff out the hair and mess up those curls. You can use a wide tooth comb for this as well. I would not recommend you use a brush unless you want to take all those curls out. But the fingers work well, especially because this hair does not tangle very easily. I am going to add just a slight little touch, little wave of baby hair right there by my ear. And that is just to cover up and camouflage where my hair is sticking out just a tad. It's a very light little bit of my hair, but I wanted to cover that up anyway. So I'm just going to add a little touch of baby hair right there. Otherwise, I wouldn't have added baby hair at all because I think this hairline turned out so fantastic. And when it comes to baby hair, to me, you just play around with it until you get it how you want it. For me personally, I like subtle touches of baby hair. I don't like a whole lot of baby hair, especially because my forehead is already kind of small and it takes away from my hairline, which is already pushed up a little bit farther because I have on that frontal that's going past my hairline. So I don't like to do too much for that reason. But you should do it the way it looks best for you and what you like.
I never knew there was a love like this before. Never had someone to show.
Now I noticed I could kind of see my cap through the lace a little bit, also by my ear. So I'm just taking a little bit of dark brown eyebrow powder and just tinting that lace dark to blend in and camouflage with my hair so you can't see it anymore. The final look, you know, I had to change the outfit to match the hair. Look at me looking like somebody's CEO over here. Yes, I'm yesing myself, but I deserve it. Look at me. Yes. Okay, boss. Okay, girl, if you want to pick this unit up, details will be in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.